Got callers? Do we have any callers? Ben?
Not yet, bro.
Well, that's been live. Come on. That's been live, right? See, this is why we need a beginning. Right, Muir?
You are live on TikTok.
What's up, TikTok? Body rock, doing the do, beer drinking, breath stinking, sniffing glue. Call in if you got a question. Welcome to BRADVICE, another episode of BRADVICE, getting ready to be shot live in Las Vegas, Nevada. By the way, I have a small studio audience. If you guys want to be a part of that studio audience, hit us up. Let us know you'd like to come in for a taping of the old BRADVICE.
It won't let us pin the number on TikTok because of a community guideline, so can you just tell them to, or just
Well, I guess they can just watch.
watch or...
Or go find me on another platform that allows me to post the phone number. Unless someone wants to tell me what it is. What is it, 347-252?
Yes, sir.
It's 347-252-6364. You call in, you ask me a question, we get right to the point. I don't need a big story. But if you want somebody to give you a freaking piece of advice on something, somebody that probably would give you the advice that it'd be mixed with your grandpa and your favorite superhero.
Yeah.
What's that? Who's cheering? What happened? You ever see that TikTok, bro, where they give you an ice cream or whatever, and you're supposed to go, yum.
No.
And then other people will pay and give you an ice cream, and it's racking up your money.
I've never seen that. We're not live on IG yet.
Dude, listen, on TikTok, there are people that sit there and get a whole bunch of people watching them, and like you can spend $5 and buy an ice cream, and they see that you bought an ice cream, and then they have to do something like, that's good. And if you keep doing it, they'll just keep doing that. They're almost like, they're like a robot, but they're real. It's crazy, dude. Are we live? All right, we got anybody calling? Nobody wants nobody wants any advice, folks. This show's about to be over.
Just went live on my Instagram, so.
All right, boom. Welcome, folks. BRADVICE, back in action. The Oracle is in. You need advice with relationships, life, business, sales. Now, is my advice always correct? No, but it's always real. And it's always the truth, and I'm only doing it to try and help people. So if you want to talk to me, go ahead and call the number that you see on the screen, 347-252-6364, and make sure that you have a question ready. We don't want stories on BRADVICE. We want questions, and then I'll get to the story as I need information to give you the best advice possible. And I give you the advice basically that if I were you. Go ahead, let's take the first caller. So Veronica, is that Veronica?
Oh,
Go ahead, caller. You're on BRADVICE.
what's going on, man? My name's Mike Mo.
Well, dude, how come this says Veronica from Beverly Hills? You steal someone's phone, Mike Mo?
I am here.
What'd you say, buddy?
I'm here, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, Mike?
So I got a question. My problem is I'm selling a service, and if I don't get the client to pay in full, you split it up into payments. Sometimes they don't pay. What's your advice on I should use payments either pay in full or to pay? I mean, I'm doing financing. Sometimes, with credit, people aren't getting approved, so we're doing in-house. Would you suggest?
Well, brother, I wish I could help you right now, but I'm still trying to understand you. So, real quick, what do you want to know?
What would be your advice to get or what am I doing wrong, I guess would be the better way to ask it, and how to get somebody to pay for a service in full rather than splitting things up into the payment problem I'm getting or running into is the people that do have to split the service cost into payments aren't paying or
Hey,
canceling or saying they don't have money.
hey, Mike Mo, real quick, only because I want to help you. Like, it's when you run on like that that it gets understandable, unclear. So in the beginning, you said, how do you get people to pay you in full? And then I can answer that question. And then you say, and because if you pay them in 3 payments and the blah, 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 and that's when I can't hear you clearly. So what? Say it one more time, but just succinct.
Sure. So let's start with the beginning then. How do you get people to pay full?
You get people to pay in full by asking for it in full. Do you ask for it in full?
Of course, every time.
Okay, well then that's how you get them to pay you in full. Now, are you trying to tell me that they're not willing to pay you in full?
They need to split it up into payments.
Okay, that means you're targeting the wrong market, and the people that you have are at the bottom of the like demographic, meaning you need to change where you're fishing because the people that you're fishing with right now, they don't have the money in full. Or you come up with a financing option to where you get your money immediately and they can make payments some other time, which by the way is called like Klarna, or there's various companies that will loan the money to them because they're of their decent credit. So you get a financing option and now you get them to pay in full. The only difference is the bank's paying you in full and then they will pay the bank, which you don't care as long as you're paid. Correct, Mike Moat?
So I do have the financing option. I guess that's when I was rambling that was getting confused. So the financing, again, they're not getting approved because of the credit or right now.
Okay, well then you need more financing options. Or, bro, what you probably should do is fish in a different pond where there's not a bunch of people that can't afford your product. Your targeting's
Right.
off. You're fishing in a place that people can't afford to pay you in full. Well, if your service is worth it, which is obviously it must be because they're willing to make payments, which means that's a good sign. It means you got a strong product. They're willing to make payments, dude. So like at the end of the
Mm.
day, you got to say, okay, the thing sells. I'm just selling it to the wrong people. And you then go move your targeting to find people that have more money. They'll pay in full in 5 seconds. What's paid in full cost?
It could vary for different clients. It's paid in full could be $5 grand. I have clients 20 grand. But the thing is, I'm having the problems more with the people with the lower payments for like 5, 6, 7 grand. And then, like you said, they don't have enough credit to get approved with financing. Normally,
Yeah.
their scores are under
Yep.
650 or 620,
Yep.
and the finance companies that I have just aren't approving it. So it's just like I'm kind of stuck with these in-house payments, and then
Makes sense.
halfway through they stop paying. You know what I mean?
Yep. So did you figure out anything that you can do to change that?
I, in my opinion, I think it's the market, but I can only blame myself. I know that I think you're right. Just maybe
Ben.
it's the marketing that's the problem. But the thing is that if
Pay
I
attention.
target the higher end clients, they tend to not need the services.
Gotcha. You're filled with problems, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
mired. You're mired in the muck, brother. The whole
I mean, I'm
world's
doing decent,
against you,
but I could do a
Mike.
lot more. I could eat. Go ahead.
The whole world's against you, brother. For every solution,
No, no, no.
you've got a problem. You got to reverse that, my man. For every problem, you got a solution. Right now, it's for every solution, you got a problem. Everything I keep telling you, there's another problem and another problem. And yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. Mike, how old are you?
35.
Yeah, I mean, dude, listen, what you got to do is you got the right heart because you're seeking information. The problem is I don't think you're taking it. You need to do what I'm telling you to do and prove me wrong and then come back and jump on here and either thank me for the brilliant advice or ask more questions because you didn't quite understand what I said, or tell me I'm wrong. And I'll bet you never call back and tell me I'm wrong. Because you asked a very simple question: how do I get them to pay in full? The answer, and no one can dispute this, the answer is you ask to be paid in full. If you don't refuse any other way to do business with you, that's the only way they can pay, which is how you get them to do it. You don't give out any other options. That is how you get them to pay them in full. But that wasn't your question, or that isn't what you really wanted to know. You really wanted to know, how do you get them to pay in full when they don't have any money? Well, dude, unless you have a magic wand, that doesn't happen. So you have to create financing options. Yeah, I got financing options, but they don't qualify. Okay, well then loan them the money yourself. Take payments in-house. I don't know what the cost of goods sold are, but a lot of times you can take the damn financing yourself. Say, okay, start with $1,000 a month, start today, and I'll let you in. Especially if you're, proud of your product. But every solution I give you, you keep saying, yeah, but that's a problem. Well, no, but this is a problem. So now I'm like to the point where like, Mike, are you the problem? Do you think you might be the problem?
No, 100% no.
Well, then that's, again, see, dude, you got to take responsibility. You are the problem, my friend. You're the problem, dog. You're the problem. How are we going to fix it?
Well, I mean, I would beg to disagree. All I was just responding to your responses. I mean, you said I should get financing, and I would agree with you that that is a great idea.
Dude, it was just an option.
I have it, though.
Hey, it was just an option, brother, man. Hey, but Mike, you'll figure it out, dude. You're a smart dude, and you're going places. No matter what, you'll figure it out. Hopefully I helped you. We're going to go to the next caller.
Yeah, well, I
now,
appreciate it.
Where are we at? Let's go with, did you pick one?
Yes.
Who we picking? Let me see. Who we picking? All right, Eric.
Yeah.
What it is.
What it do?
What it
So
is.
my question is this. How do you choose the people that are on dropping bombs?
How do I choose them?
That's my question. Because you have great guests, and I love the selection. I love the versatility. But I'm curious
This sounds
how you
staged.
choose the guest.
This sounds like a freaking plant, so I can say what I would say. But Eric, I choose my guests just based on, making assumptions. Does the world need to hear their story? Do I want to talk to them for an hour and get to know them? If I do, and I think the world needs to hear their story, well, then I invite them on.
I guess that answers my question.
Yeah,
then.
or if
I'll
they're-
let you get to the next caller.
Hey, well, hold on, Eric. Or if they're famous, like if they're famous, well, I want them on just because they're famous. And then all their fans and followers will watch them on my show and maybe become fans of mine or subscribers of mine. So famous, I'd love to have pretty much, anybody on the show that's famous. And I can have a conversation with anybody about anything, so we're good there. And then really just stories of adversity so people can learn through other people's issues, stories of triumph, like any real business person out there that, has a story, like people like that. Why do you ask, Eric?
I think it's a great show, and it brings a lot of value to your page. And I know you don't, it's not your main source of income or anything like that, but it definitely brings a following to you. And then, people tap in and they need your services outside of the show. I'm sure that gains notoriety and gives you credibility to sell them into,
That's right.
light speed.
That's called a platform. Yeah, it does give me a platform so people do that. Are you listening to the show?
I do. Dropping bombs. You just started BRADVICE, didn't you?
Yeah, no, this is BRADVICE. Yeah, this isn't Dropping Bombs. But do you listen to Dropping Bombs, the podcast?
I do. I've been following since
I'm going to test you.
I was
I'm gonna
following
test
Brian
you.
Cristiano.
Okay,
and then Brian, when you
Damn.
did the interview with Brian Cristiano,
Damn,
that's when I
dude.
caught on.
Damn.
And that's when I started following.
Like, what are you talking about? That was been forever. So,
That was a while ago, yeah. But then I caught on to Dropping Bombs,
Okay,
and you
so-
told him that, hey, Dropping Bombs is just something that I do on the side. It has nothing to do with
That's right.
light speed VT.
That's right. That's right. Hey, so Eric, what does that make you? If you listen to Dropping Bombs, what are you part of?
I guess I'm part of your following, sir.
Yeah, but what are the listeners called if you listen to it?
What are the listeners called?
See, you don't even know what the
I don't know,
listener-
I
you
guess-
don't even know what the audience is called, bro. Ham, like you listened to one episode of Brian Cristiano of all episodes.
Oh, no, what episode? No. I've been on Dropping Bombs.
Okay,
Damon
so what is
John.
someone who listens to the podcast called? What are they part of? What's my audience called?
Okay, you stuck me, Brad.
Dude, it's called the Bomb
You got
Squad.
me.
It's called the Bomb Squad, son.
Oh, I'm a bad caller.
Bad caller.
I shouldn't have called
Hey,
in, but
thanks for calling, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Who else? Let's go with a sales objection. Let's try to help Carter. Carter Mansberger, you got a sales objection from Bend, Oregon. You there? You there, Carter?
What's up, Brad?
What's up, buddy?
Currently, I have the pleasure of serving under Andy Elliott, and I sell solar panels, okay?
Nice.
What I'm trying to think through, does it matter what you sell, or is it
turn that
how
down a
good of a
smidge. God
closer
damn.
you are?
I'm sorry. You're thunderous right now through these speakers. We're adjusting the studio levels. Say it again.
I was wondering, does it matter what you sell, or is it how good of a closer that you are?
Well, again, to me, brother, if it doesn't matter what you sell, then you need to go get some ethics and integrity first if you want to be truly successful, because only like unscrupulous people sell shit that they don't believe in. How you like me now?
Okay.
So, yeah, again, a lot of people won't agree with that. Why? Well, because, dude, listen, you can be a badass salesperson and sell anything without needing to like it. Yes, I agree. You don't need to, but you should. If you don't have any belief in your product, it makes it much harder, and you're kind of like a scam dog now, bro. You don't even believe in the shit you're selling. So you're lying, you're swindling, you're taking people's money, you're influencing people to buy a product you don't even believe in. Now, again, does that mean that you're a bad guy? No, it just means that you're probably not the best. And in my opinion, dude, you want to buy from people that you like and that you can trust. And so if someone's selling you something that they don't believe in and they don't like at all, well, then I wouldn't. I mean, again, I don't think it's ethical and I don't think it's good. So to answer your question, yes, you theoretically can sell shit you're not into. I just don't think you should. Why? Because it's easier to sell the shit that you're into. Like, dude, you can get behind something and believe in something and allow that certainty and enthusiasm to be transferred much easier. You don't have to bullshit people. You don't have to lie. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to beg. You don't have to pressure when you're selling something you believe in. You follow me? So when you say, do you have to, or what's better? Well, it's always better to sell something you believe in. You already knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, the problem is getting them to believe.
Get who to believe?
The people at the door, the homeowners.
Get them to believe what? That you believe in it?
That they need solar panels.
Well, again, you don't try and convince them that they need solar panels, fool. That's your problem. You're trying to sell them solar panels. Nobody wants solar panels. They want fucking control of their power bill. They want to save money. They want to improve the value of their home. They want to increase the equity in their home. They want to take control back from the local giant power company that's had them over the barrel for a long time and is about to have them over the barrel even worse. Why? What do you think? Power is going to get more expensive or less expensive? Which one?
I believe it's going to get more expensive.
Exactly. So if it's going to get more expensive, do you not want the controls to keep that dial down for the rest of your life, or would you rather just keep being screwed by the major power companies? Dude, I'm not selling you solar panels. That's how you're getting what I'm selling you. What I'm selling you is what you want. You want more money in your pocket. You want more equity in your home. You want more control. You want to stop getting screwed, don't you? That's easy to sell. You're selling solar panels, bro. That's your fault. That's your problem. Now, by the way, stop by closerschool.com if you want to solve this problem. Closerschool.com. There's my little plug and commercial. Anyway,
Brad,
hope that helps, big dog.
I want to work for your transaction company, your merchant, real merchant.
Well, let's go, dude. Go to realmerchantservices.com and sign up as an agent or a referral agent. We're growing like weeds, bro, and that is recurring revenue, and I highly recommend you do that. Go get started right now at realmerchantservices.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Brad.
You know what I should have said? Hey, you know what I should have said to that guy? If you want to work for me, we got to get you trained.
Yeah.
So send him to the job offer. He might not get hired because he ain't trained. People need to be trained to get hired. That's where I should have went with that. Okay, we got my name is Stowe calling. What's up, Stowe? Stowe. 5 4. There you are. What's up, buddy? Hey, scroll through and find out. Stowe, you there? Drops.
Who?
It says Stowe, man. I don't know. You wrote it.
Oh, you mean Settle? Is it? You talking about me?
You're the caller. This is BRADVICE. What can I do for you?
Oh, awesome. All right, Brad. My name is Settle. I called in not to ask a question that could be answered by Google or by any of the other awesome material you've got online. We had a startup been working on for 10 years. We just finally got everything in place. Funding is not a problem anymore. We've got attention of the federal government and
Click
a few.
the motherfucker. Dude, when I do this, boom, you cut them. Guys, the rules of the show are simple. You call, you ask your question. If your question means I need some info, I'll ask it. You cannot tell me a 10-minute story. BRADVICE works like this. You get on, you ask your question. That's it. If you ask a question, I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to give you good-ass answers. If I say, what's your question, and you start telling me a 10-minute story, I'm just going to hang up. And again, don't mean to be rude, but we ain't got no time. What's that one video that we need to edit in? I ain't got no time for this. Ain't nobody got time for this. All right, let's go. Next caller. Jordan, what's up? What's your question?
Am I on?
You are on.
Awesome. My question is, how do you build a sales team?
Well, that's
like from scratch.
What is this scratch I keep hearing about? My wife's mom makes pie from scratch, and apparently you can make sales teams from scratch too. I knew this one person that said they did something else from scratch. What is this magical scratch I keep hearing about?
I couldn't tell you, brother.
Well, dude, that's what you do. You go down to the local store that sells the scratch, and you buy some scratch, and then you make a sales team. No, I'm joking. Dude, how you make a sales team, first of all, is you become a sales leader yourself, hopefully. This is ideal. This is the ideal way. This isn't necessarily the only way. But ideally, bro, you want to become a badass, right? Now, if you're like the CEO and you're not the sales guy, you need to hire a sales leader. Okay, there has to be a sales leader, some sort of freaking leader in the front that sees the vision, knows how to sell it, can show other people how to sell it. And if those people can follow the leader and duplicate what they do, well, then there's your sales team. The question is how do you keep a sales team and how do you grow a badass sales team? But all you asked is, how do you grow a sales team? Well, if you want me to finish that answer, I finished it. But it doesn't give you the real meat that you're looking for. You want to know how do you build a badass, kick-ass sales team, right?
Exactly.
Well, you
I can't sell this stuff on my own. Like I'm too busy trying to make the business run. I can't.
Exactly. So
I need some badasses.
Exactly. So again, I mean, now's not the time to go into it deeply because, bro, there's a lot of information that could change the direction and/or advice I'm giving you. But the BRADVICE in this case is you build it by getting started, and I say that to be a little bit, like short. Why? Well, because, dude, have you tried building one?
So I have.
Hey,
so I
just
found
yes or
a guy
no. Act
on
like
TikTok.
I know, but act like we're in court. Have you tried to build one? Yes or no?
I started, but it's not. He's got a full-time job. I have a full-time job.
Okay, well,
We're trying to start a company from the ground.
I know, but bro, can I speak to you frankly?
Sure.
Okay. You got to find someone else who's got nothing to do but be your sales manager.
Mm.
Like, dude, to build a sales team, you need a big-ass sales leader. Okay? Whether it's you, the entrepreneur or the owner or whoever it is, or you hire one. But you can't hire someone who has some other shit to do. Like, that's not hiring someone, bro. That's asking your friend to do it, and he's busy too. Like, dude, It's time to grow up, put your big boy pants on, and say, hey,
All right.
I'm taking this shit seriously. I need to hire somebody to lead my sales team. And then you hire a sales leader, an actual leader, and it's possible to hire poorly. I'm just saying that this is how you do it because that's what you asked. And you create a sales leader, and then that sales leader begins kicking that ass and then setting up processes and systems in order to train and help other people be able to do the same, and then your team will grow. And then how do you keep it is you create culture, a badass culture. Hope that helps you, my man.
I appreciate you, Brad.
Peace, bro. All right.
Thank you.
Hey, what's the one? There you go. Where we go? Let's see. Who we at? Hey, caller, you're next. Sell and how to speak with men. Who is this?
Oh, it's Giselle. Is how you say my name. Hi.
Giselle Glazer from West Palm Beach,
Yes.
Florida. Now, if you're from West Palm Beach, Florida, you're either extremely wealthy or extremely broke. Which one are you?
I'm in the middle.
There's no middle class in West Palm Beach.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I am now in a level where I have to entertain men that I'm not used to. Obviously, I'm in the interior design industry, and I do work with men. But now I'm in a position where I have to entertain. And what are your biggest topics on what we should talk to from your perspective to you guys?
Oh man, this is ripe.
Am I making sense? My question?
Yeah, you're making sense, but I also have a million jokes
Okay.
running through my head as you're saying these things. But your question is serious, so I'm going to try to give you a serious answer. But plainly put, ask your question.
How do you guys? How should I talk to you guys as we are in the business aspect? Because talking to women is totally different than it is, talking to men. So
Okay, stop.
I wanted to hear your perspective.
Stop, Giselle. That I disagree with. You are trying to tell me talking to women is different than talking to men.
You don't think so? Okay.
100% no. When you talk, you talk. It doesn't matter if anyone's listening. You still talk the same. You're trying to say the things you say to a woman are different than the things you would say to the man. And again, I've never once said something differently because it was a woman. Like my brain doesn't go, oh, this is a woman, I better say something different. No. Now
Okay.
again, I've never
Okay.
propositioned a man, and I've propositioned women. So like there are a difference between men and women, right? So don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't talk to them any differently. Why would you talk?
Okay.
Why would you talk to them any differently?
Okay. Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you. Okay.
So let me ask you this: what position are you in where you must entertain men?
So I have to have private lunches, private dinners, take potential customers out, and
Out doing
it's
what?
a lot of developers. I'm sorry?
Out doing what?
Representing two different brands, and it's developers, it's architects,
And your job is to
brokers.
Hey, your job is to take them out.
No, my job is to bring them in. So when I'm at the showroom, I'm having private lunches with them or private dinners.
Yeah.
So I'm in a close, proximity with them for a long period of time. It could be 2 hours.
When you say
So
them,
I
first
just
of all,
wanted to.
Giselle, in order to help you best, I know it'll seem like I'm interrupting, but I want you to answer me like we're in court because I want to get you an answer.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
how many people are there?
Between, on average, 3 to 5.
Okay, so every day you're doing this?
No, it's like a couple times a week.
Okay, so a couple times a week, your job is to invite 3 to 5 men. Are these successful, rich, wealthy men?
Yes.
Okay, well.
Or they're in a high rank in a company.
Okay, so they're important men, supposedly.
Correct.
Okay, well, number one, I would treat them with respect, obviously, because if you're in a
Yeah.
position that if you're in a position where you're in that kind of a power or prestigious position, you probably earned it. It's not always the case, but I would automatically show them respect. That's what I would do. But I would do that with anybody, whether they're male or female. I would show them respect
Correct.
if a female walked in the door. So at the end of the day, I would show them respect because you're just buying them dinner and showing appreciation. So you're trying to show the appreciation. You're going to be respectful. If your job is to wink, wink, entertain them, and there's 3 to 5 of them, well, dude, are you supposed to be showing your boobs? Are you supposed to be getting out a little bit of
No,
cleavage?
no.
Okay, so this is a professional setting,
No.
correct?
Correctly. No,
So-
professional.
okay,
I
so-
just wanted to hear from your perspective.
Well, my perspective is, I can't believe that you actually think there's a difference. And there is a difference, but I don't think you meant it that way. You think that you're supposed you think you're supposed to,
but I don't think men really want to talk about their kids. You know what I mean? Like
that's
I'm
not
kinda
true.
Like,
That's not
I
true.
Just wanted to, okay.
That is not
So
true.
I can get personal. It's okay to get personal in that. I wanted just to hear from your perspective as a man.
Yeah, but Giselle, listen, I want you to hear my thought behind it so you understand it, because it's important. So you may be right in some cases where some men, they don't want to talk about their children. They'd rather talk about something else. But those aren't it's not a man that makes them do that. It's a like, in other words, there's women that do that too, probably more than you'd think. But to me, if they don't want to talk about their kids, well, then are they really the type of people you want to do business with anyway? Like, dude, real people, they'd love to talk about their kids. Real people, you'd be surprised. There's times where, like, you say, oh, I love this song, and it's rap music, and you're talking to someone that you assume is, really faith-based, and they like the same group you do. It's like, be yourself, okay? Be respectful, be kind, be generous, and take care of them the best you can, and look to help. So you got the vibration of like that authentic, I just want to help you vibration, and you're going to be fine. You don't have to speak to them any certain way. You don't have to frickin', know football or baseball or golf, but you should if you could, meaning, hey, guys like sports, women like sports, guys like UFC, women like UFC. There is no man only thing unless you're talking about, like, wink, wink, entertain them. And then, yeah, there's a difference. But in that case, which isn't the case, I would give you different advice.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Giselle, good question, man. I love that question. I wonder,
Thank you.
what do you think of that answer?
I love your answer. It's just something that I've been put into this role, so I just wanted to, hear from a man perspective. And I get it. I understand there's no difference. But
Yeah.
I think underlining there is a difference, and I do feel that men love to do business with men. So that's why I wanted to just call and see what you thought.
See, you said men love to do business with men. Listen, there are men like that, but not real men.
Mm-hmm. But I deal with all aspects of them.
I know, but there's going to be men that would prefer dealing with a dude. Why? I don't know, but they're out there. Just like there is racism in the world.
Yeah.
There are chauvinists in the world. If anyone doubts that there's racism and chauvinism, they're stupid, naive.
Correct.
So there's men out there that would prefer,
Absolutely.
I don't want to talk to some broad. But Giselle, don't worry about those people. If they come through and you're doing what I suggested, they're going to be fine. And if they didn't want to deal with a broad, they're one of those types, well, then they're not. There's nothing I could tell you that would make them happy, because those people, they don't want to deal with you. Too late, too bad. So guess what you can do? Don't let it bother you. That's the key. Like, freaking let it chew them up that freaking you were still just as sweet, just as nice, and just as kind.
Thank you.
Always
Thank you
smile.
so much.
And always smile.
Will
Hey, and by
do.
the way, just for the
Thank
record,
you.
showing tits does help. No, I'm just joking. Hey, if you can, get to the
Thank
gym
you,
and get
Brad.
yourself a sweet ass. That always helps with the men. All right, see you
That
later.
does. All right.
Let's go. Did you pick another one? Let's go. Let's see what we got here. Manny, my man Manny from British Columbia. Manny,
Hey, Brad, how's it going?
Manny, is this you, brother?
This is Manny speaking, Brad.
Are you?
doing?
Did they call you Manny from Manitoba?
No, I'm from BC, Abbotsford, born and raised.
Ah. Well, what's your question,
You're big to
brother?
Vancouver?
I've been up there. I don't get up there
Well,
much. What's your question?
my question is this, Brad. How can I get a larger market share in my industry if my competition is charging a much lower price than me because they've been in business for more years than I have?
How do I get a bigger market share when my customers charge less than me and they've been in business longer than me?
My competitors, sorry, not customers.
Well, again, doesn't sound like you're a competitor if they're cheaper than you, okay? And if you're going to be in a race to the bottom, I might consider doing some other business. Why? I don't like businesses where you race to the bottom and everybody cuts their pricing and undercuts their pricing. So I would stop focusing on price, and I'd stop focusing on the target markets that focus on price, and I would start focusing on value, and I would start separating yourself so that you have no competition because you don't think that way. You know, you want to buy it cheaper. I'm not your guy. You know, we don't do it because it's the cheapest. We do it because we're the best, and we know that deep down, at the end of the day, you're going to spend more money buying the cheapest one than you will by buying the best one. And that's us. And if you want to do business with us, well, then I suggest that you listen up, because I got a hell of a promotion happening this weekend. You know, that type of thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but if the other,
Okay.
but in the essence of what I just said is, dude, don't focus on price. Let those guys drop their pants and make no money. Okay. And by the way, if the market blows them up, meaning, listen to the market. If they don't want your quality, okay, you got quality and you don't want, and you know they're not listening. Why? Because your competition's blowing them up, and he's making a penny on 1 million people a day, and you ain't making no money charging retail, and now you're screwed, and you can't build value in yourself and your processes and your customer care, which is the differentiator, right? The both products are, I assume, the same. So then the only thing you can do is sell something they don't have, which is you. But I bet you're not selling you're not selling the experience, and you're not taking care of them like you should. You're worried about just, hey, they're going to take all my customers because the price is lower. Well, then go build your value higher. Do I make sense?
That does make sense, yeah.
Okay, so if you can't do that, you know, there's also a combination. Okay, you can lower your prices a little bit and invent other products and services to make your actual product that they want to race to the bottom on just a loss leader. So go ahead, make it a penny. I'll make mine 0 and I'll give it away. Why? Because when that customer comes in the door, I'm going to upsell them this. I'm going to turn them into a lifelong customer. So again, one could be a marketing move, one could be a sales move. But dude, I hope that helps.
That does help, Brad. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Manitoba. Call back. Peace. All right. That was a good question. A lot of people are in that same situation. Guys, if you guys see the number across the screen, go ahead and call in. I'd love to answer your question. I'm only going to answer a few more. This is the new show, BRADVICE. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Kayon Cooper. What's going on?
Oh, sweet. Hey, Brad. I'm 27 years old. For the last 7 years, I've been working hard to be a professional day trader, and I just started taking off being actually very profitable. But during that process,
this is a story.
I got my first apartment. Okay, it wasn't a story. I'm sorry. All right.
If I do this.
If you're still there, okay.
Hang up. They'll learn. Get back in the queue, big dog. All right, David, you got lucky. Hopefully you ain't got a story. What's your question?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's up? What's your question?
Can you hear me?
That was a question. I can
I'm
hear
actually
you.
with
Next
some clients
caller.
right now.
All right. What's another one here? All right, Mino Jabber, you're up. What's your question? Nobody. Click. Next. Come on, pick a random one so they don't have to stand in line. All right,
Brad,
Brandon.
what's good, bro?
What's good? Brandon Serpa, what's happening?
My man, I hope you're having a good. It's going great. Here's
Okay.
my question.
Okay.
How can I gain authority in my marketplace?
How do you get authority in your marketplace?
Gain authority. I have a little bit, but I would like to get more. You know,
Dude, that's a
start
great.
hitting those stages.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know how you said I got a little, but I'd like to get more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how do you get basically, a little bit more credibility in your marketplace? Correct?
Correct. You got it.
Dude, you already know the answer. Don't even waste your question. You already know the answer. I'll bet you $1 million you already know the answer. What do you think the answer is? What do you think the answer is? Keep it simple.
Stages. Yeah, getting on more stages, but also like posting more on social media. Those are the first two things.
Okay, see what I'm talking about, dude? You're literally saying the shit, and it's called do more. Folks, if you want more, you have to do more. If you're already finding a little bit of success and you're gaining a little credibility and you're like, how do I gain more market share? How do I gain more credibility? How do I gain more recognition? You do more of the shit that got you what you already tasted. And then you start setting up systems and processes to duplicate yourself because you don't want to remain doing it yourself, hopefully. And then next thing you know, you got what you call a business. And the business is paying you money and someone else is doing most of the work, and now you're like in a beautiful situation. But that's how you do it, dude. You want to gain more. Now, what I think you wanted was a few ideas, a few clever ideas of things you could do. What business are you in?
Yeah, how did you
gain
more authority?
I asked the questions, young man. I asked the questions.
Oh, my bad. Hey,
what business are
trying
you
to learn
in?
from the GOAT right here. I got you.
What business are you in?
I own a digital marketing agency.
Okay. What's your biggest client's ad spend per month?
$7,000 a month right now.
Okay. You need bigger clients. I can tell you right now.
I agree, 100%.
Okay. How good are you?
We're really good.
Who's we? You got a turd in your pocket, or you got a big team?
My business partner and I.
Okay, it's your business partner and you.
It's my business partner and I, and a VA.
And a VA. You working out of your house?
We used to have an office, but it was too much overhead. So, yeah, we're working out of our house now.
See, again, you see how people do stories? I say you working out of your house instead of just, cutting time.
My bad, bro. Yes, yeah.
I know, but you know why you do that, bro? Because deep down, you know that you're making an excuse for it instead of owning the shit. You work out of your house? Fuck yeah, I work out of my house. Okay? Like, dude, start being excited and you'll start attracting bigger clients. Start being, a little bit more prolific, which means, your output is higher. And dude, ask for referrals from everybody. If you've helped somebody spend $7,000 a month, you need bigger clients, number one. But number two, get them to give you a testimonial. Where's their testimonial? Did it go viral? Have you used it in an ad? Are you doing paid ads? Like, dude, blow this shit up. You know you're bigger than this, and you know you can do better than this. And by the way, dude, I always need people, and people that I know always need people. So email me some samples of your shit, and maybe I'll get you guys some.
I could do that. What's your email?
I'll get you guys some auditions. Again, I don't know if you're any good, but guess what? I'm not from Missouri, but I do like you to show me. Like, I don't listen to how good
Brad,
you are.
I'll show you everything. What's your email?
Hey, I don't listen to how good you are. Okay?
I got you. I'll show you.
Right. I watch and I see how good you are. And that's the best way to gain that notoriety you're looking for, and then gain that credibility, and then gain that attention. You can also get on people's podcasts. Like, if I got you on my podcast, dude, you'd get a lot of attention overnight. The question is are you ready for it? That's the question. Okay? You get on my podcast, by the way, simply by putting in an application. Have you applied to be on Dropping Bombs? Hello?
Yeah, I'm writing it down. Sorry. I'm just writing down everything I need to do. Email you, apply. I got you.
It was a question.
I hope people are writing this down. This is gold right here. You're doing this for free. It's crazy.
Brandon Serpa. All right, I hope that answers your question, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's go to the next caller. Jeff, the entrepreneur. Bring on old Jeff. How does he always get in these queues? All right, you're next. Santiago
Hey, this is
Trejo. What's up,
Santiago.
buddy?
Hey, what's up, man? I saw your podcast 2 days ago. From the streets to success.
You're cutting out.
Oh, sorry. Is it any better?
It is now. Go for it.
Okay. So I watched your podcast from the streets to
This is
success.
hey,
Great
this is
podcast.
a story. This is a story, bro.
Oh, okay, my bad. So it's about my resume. I have experience.
This is a
been working
story,
there
bro.
for 7
Come
years,
on,
but
come on.
okay.
Guys, listen, when you're calling in, do me a favor, know the rules. You know, you see Barstool Sports Guy, what's that dude's name? Portnoy. You see old Portnoy say it all the time. One bite, everyone knows the rules, and then he begins to he gets to take like 10 bites. It's funny because he says one bite, everyone knows the rules, and then he takes 10 bites. My shit's the same. Like, I don't want a story, I just want the question. I just want the advice sought. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, what do you know about this? Hey, who could you do with, ask the question. And then I will give you the opportunity to tell me a story if I need it. What's the question first? We want the question first. Okay, bring on the next one and let's see if they understand the rules. Jeff, the entrepreneur. I know you want to build a Kokomo J's and all this. What's your fucking question, son?
My question is, will you come on Instagram Live with me to pack out Ami's event, Cabo, August 25th, 28th? Some guy named Bradley, Andy Elliott, Emily Ford, and all that. I want to go on Instagram Live with you and promote it.
So your question is, will I come on your Instagram Live and help you promote an event that I'm speaking at? Which, by the way, hey, when I talk, you stop. Which, by the way, folks, is what he said. I don't know when it is, but I'm going to be speaking there. It's in Cabo. It's badass, by the way. The dude putting it on, dude, that guy's a badass. He's got some real value. So if you guys are entrepreneurial, you don't go to the Cabo show, you're crazy. But, Jeff, I don't do Instagram Lives with people.
Well, we're doing one right now, Brad, so I got you.
No,
but hey, my question
this is my
AI.
Instagram. This is my Instagram Live, bitch. Next question. Let's go with Jason. What's the best part-time sales position to earn income? You're on BRADVICE, buddy. What's your question?
My man, that was the question. What is the best part-time sales position I can work at to earn supplemental income?
I got you. The philosophical answer is going to be part-time position selling yourself on working full-time. Okay, why would you be looking for a part-time position to sell something? Well, because you find value in doing other things more important. Otherwise, you'd want a full-time job. So use the part-time sales position to sell yourself on making it full-time. Can you feel what I'm stepping in?
My man, you're absolutely right. I appreciate it, Brad.
Hey, no, that's just the philosophical. That's just the bottom line philosophical answer. You should be selling yourself part-time. That's the highest paying ROI, is to sell yourself to go full-time, brother. But once you're full-time and you understand what I'm talking about, well, that's the philosophical. The actual answer is, and this is also a legitimate answer, because sometimes, people are busy, they've got other things, and they're not willing to give them up, but they are smart enough to get into sales part-time. So if you want to get into sales part-time to basically get out of whatever else is so damn important, which is a wise way to do it, part-time sales. You want to do something that's recurring revenue. Okay, that's why I started my Real Financial. Okay, and again, I'm even paying people's licensing to get them started. So Real Financial is like life insurance, health insurance, annuities, 401ks, infinite banking, all kinds of stuff like that, because everybody needs it and everybody wants it, and you can do that part-time, work for yourself. There's also merchant processing. All these businesses in the world, there's 29 million just here in the United States that literally overpay on their processing fees, and none of them realize it. So you can literally go out part-time and sell people on just using your processing, which will be, or using mine, which is why I started that. But at the end of the day, dude, processing. Part-time, you can sell advertising. You want something to where even part-time, you're getting enough opportunity to get hit in the face and get better and get more experience so you can eventually go full-time. You know what I'm talking about?
I love it. The more hands you shake, the more money you make, right?
You already know that, dude. What are you doing other than part-time sales positions?
Forklift mechanic at the moment, my friend. So,
what kind of mechanic?
Forklift. So
okay. Listen, what do you make? Yeah, a mechanic. You fix forklifts. And again, that's awesome, dude. That you're.
I want to sell them.
Listen, though, you want to sell them, exactly. So at the end of the day, dude, fixing them is great, and knowing how to fix them means you're always going to be employed. You hear what I said?
I want more, though.
Do you hear what I said?
I do.
Pay attention. Everybody pay attention to what I just said. Knowing how to fix them means that you'll always have a job. You don't want
more than a job.
You don't want a job, Chief. Job stands for just over broke.
Exactly.
Okay? You wanna freaking do exactly what you're doing. And again, if you ain't got the nerve to jump full time, then you go part time. But I like my original answer best now, because what's the best part-time sales position to earn income? Sell it yourself on going full time. Can I get a come on? That's a video clip. This shit's going viral. Folks, I don't know if you guys like BRADVICE, dislike BRADVICE. I hope people in the comments, you guys share these little clips that we're sharing, because we want more live callers. Jason, you the man. Appreciate you calling.
You the man. I appreciate.
Hey, let them compliment me, bro. I didn't do this. God damn, dude. That's rude. You just hung up on Jason. He had a compliment for me. The whole world would have heard how great I am, and you clipped him off because you're tired of hearing it, right? You only hang up when I do that. Like if I go like this, there's no question. We're not listening to one more word. I've already decided to hang up, or I wouldn't be doing this. And why, guys, would I do this on BRADVICE? Am I rude? No, I'm not rude. I'm just direct and in a hurry. I don't have time to play games. There's too many people to help. You got a question, you got a problem, you need advice. I bet you I'm the one that's going to give you the real information that you need to get past it. I'm going to give you the truth, because love ain't lies, folks, and I love you. I'm not going to lie. If you don't like me because of that, I don't give a shit. Okay, I apologize. I hope you like me. But I'm going to tell you the truth. So you want some straight up advice? BRADVICE is the only place to get it. Okay? Without wasting time and telling stories and, hypothetically and being politically correct. Yak, 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 yak. I'm going to give you the truth. Don't like it, don't tune in. And by the way, when do we drop these? On YouTube channel. When do we drop them?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. All right. Let's go. Barron Trump. Hey, Barron.
Hey, Brad, it's Barron, like the Red Baron. You're right, Barron Trump. Anyways, we own a cleaning company here in South Texas.
This is a story, my friend.
The question is we're looking to scale. What is the best way to scale?
Hey, I'm going to give you one more chance, dude, because you started with a story. I like the last part of that. What's that part?
So we're looking to scale. We're looking to
see, again, dude, how come people don't get it? There's the question. What's the best way to scale? I'm going to let you slide, big dog, because it wasn't a long story. What's the best way to scale, he says. Now, this is a good question. And I'm going to give you some good advice. Okay, and it applies to anybody with the same question. I'm okay, son. Here's the bottom line, okay? You grow and scale a company by very simply leveraging people or technology, or both, obviously. So whatever you're doing now to create money, right? The systems, the processes, the consistent things that you're doing, the predictable things that you're doing to generate the predictable results you're getting, right? You want to grow and scale that, correct? So you're going to need either people or technology. So what you do, knowing that you're going to need people, is you document each and every role that's necessary and determine exactly what you expect and how to do it. So when you hire somebody, you've got a documented systems and processes in place, and plus you know exactly how to train them. If you're probably going to need a training system, wink, wink, which we can get you. But point being is you document the systems and processes, and then you hire the people. Then you do what's called a tech audit. You go and look at all the technology that's out in the world, whether it's AI or a CRM or a frickin', program of some kind, and you figure out, how do I leverage technology to do what these things are doing, these systems and processes, faster, better, stronger? Because I need to grow and scale my business. So I need to do it faster. I need to do it stronger. I need to do it cheaper. I need to do it better. Any technology going to help me do that? And you spend your day looking for technology that will help you do that. And by the way, this isn't something that you do and then that's all you have to do. This is something that you do repeatedly. You're constantly doing this because you're working on the business and not in the business. Does that make sense? Too many business owners are working in their business, and all they're building is a cage that traps them, because now they have to be in their business or it doesn't run right and it doesn't make money. Well, dude, that's not a business. That's called a job. You built yourself a job.
Right.
You own a job. So if you want to grow and scale your company, which everybody does, okay, you're going to need to understand that's people and technology. So let me get prepared to bring on people and educate them and train them and lead them. And then let me see what leverage I can, what technology I can leverage to help me do that better, faster, stronger, cheaper, quicker, more enjoyably, etc. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
That's right. What kind of business? What kind of business? A cleaning company?
Yes, sir. So we started last September.
Commercial
residential construction cleanup. We started September 1st of last year. We're running 10 cleaning crews throughout South Texas right now. Yes, sir.
How come you aren't doing hazardous and like emergency? Like, how come you aren't willing to do hazardous cleanup?
Oh, we're actually looking into that and getting the certifications for that and bringing on a team to do that for us.
Okay, that's called scaling, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You mentioned something about
Hey, by the way, here's the real motivation behind Barron. See what he says here in this thing? Barron, you said that you own a cleaning company and you're looking for resources, networks, and connections to help you scale. So this is kind of like getting on Shark Tank, where the whole world sees your product or service. You just wanted on to get a little action, didn't you?
Well, I've been following you, Wes, Ed Milet, and Andy Frisella for a few years now, and I got to tell you, you guys are actually my mentors, and I've been just doing what you guys say.
Now you're talking beeswax. Well, let me ask you, between all those guys you mentioned, Wes Watson, Ed Milet, Brad Lee, Andy Frisella, all of them, how many of them are taking your call?
You know what? You know the answer. I think.
How many of them are taking your call, sir? That's the only question.
Yeah, that's true.
How many? How many was the question?
Just one.
Yee, dog. E pluribus unum, baby. Out of many,
you said that
one. That's why you get the BRADVICE. And by the way,
do you?
Thank you for calling in.
I wanted to ask you real quick. You said you had a resource for training people?
Oh, absolutely, dude. That's how I got rich.
Where do I go to find? I know I can Google
Lightspeed VT, dude. Lightspeedvt.com. It's a multi-million-dollar interactive platform that we basically design a white label for you to drop in, your training and either sell to people or use to blow up your company. Either way, we've got multiple plans, and that's what like Grant Cardone uses, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, John Maxwell, Tom Hopkins, General Motors, like all these various people use that technology to train people. So again, if anybody's interested in training people internally or selling your expertise to other people, especially businesses, go to lightspeedvt.com, and I guarantee you, dude, people, well, we use Kajabi. Listen, unless you want a hand Kajabi or a blow Kajabi, that's not a training system. That's a hosting solution. Okay? People say, well, we use Teachable. Okay, dude, listen, Teachable is a hosting solution. It allows you to put up a library of videos. That's not a system. Guys, a training system includes other elements: repetition, practice, accountability, tracking, notifications, alerts, interactivity, community, discussion tabs, leaderboards, badges, certifications, live calls, archives, resources, templates, all this. So if you want a world-class training system, bro, you go to lightspeedvt.com. If you want someplace to stick your videos, well, you can stick them up your sphincter pipe and it'd be just as good as the rest of them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
Well, I
right.
appreciate you taking my call, Brad. I'll be on your show in 24 to 36 months after I apply.
We'll go apply. I can't wait to have you, big dog.
You got it, my brother. Have a good one.
Indeed, indeed. Hey, these sound almost like pre-planned and like I'm paying people to say this and do this. Guys, these are 100% random callers. In fact, well, you already picked Aaron, but next one, I want you to scroll, don't even pick, and then just pick one out of the big old list that's sitting there waiting. All right, Aaron Eller, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Brad? Just a question here.
Get to it.
What's your limit for leverage?
What's my limit for leverage? Define how you're using leverage. In what context?
Yeah, I didn't want to give you too much of a story, so just want to
Good.
be straight. But
You know the rules. I love it.
like how much should you like keep spending to grow the business when you're making money, and how much should you like try and take profit
Well, dude, I mean,
and like keep leveraging?
hey, listen, the bottom line is you want to try to make as much profit as you can. That has nothing to do with it. You know, profit you can put back in your business. Don't get the two confused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't,
makes sense.
Yeah, because again, I mean, like, you know, how much should I put in and how much should I take profit? No, what you're trying to say is how much of the money that you're making should you put back into the company to grow and scale? And the answer is as much as you want to grow and scale, meaning money is simply a tool. Okay, pay attention. Money is a tool. If you don't use the money, guess what it's worth? Nothing. If I put money in your pocket, like I put $1 million in your pocket tomorrow, if I sent one of my millions to you tomorrow, it's worthless if you can't spend it, if you can't use it, if you can't trade it, if you can't exchange it for things and resources that you need to grow, scale, win, make more, whatever. So money is literally useless if you don't use it. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, so dude, just think about that every time you ask yourself, should I be spending money on my company? Well, I don't know. What are you going to do with it otherwise? And well, I'm going to save it. Well, then that's not a very good thing to do. Now, if you're saving for something, like I'm saving for a house or I'm saving to invest in this other business, you know, you can collect money and grow reserves, but you don't not use money. If you don't use money, it depreciates. It literally gets less valuable. So you have to use it, which is why it's called currency. You have to keep it moving. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that answers your question. So do you have a different question now, or is that the same, or are you satisfied with that answer?
Yeah, you answered it, my guy. I appreciate it.
Come
You have a good
on,
one.
big dog. See what I'm talking about, folks? Sometimes they're just calling in to get a little permission. And I'm here to go ahead and give permission too. Scroll randomly. Oh, right there. About 200 callers down. Let's see who I got here. Ahmed Jabber. Did I talk to Ahmed Jabber? What's going on, Ahmed? Is this Ahmed?
Yes, sir. The real Ahmed right here.
أنت تكلمي عربي؟
يا بحكي عربي حبيبي. ما brother. You speak Arabic too, man.
شوية. أنا مراتي
ما شاء
ستة
الله، ما شاء
لدنيا. Anyway, what's cracking? Wallah, yalla, get to the question.
Okay. Do I need investor to scale my business, or just do it myself and take longer time?
Okay, well, you just answered your own question. Do you need an investor to scale your business, or do I just do it myself? Well, you just do it yourself. Why would you wait for an investor? However, a lot of people can't scale their business without an investor. So that's not really an option. They just think it is. Because again, if I slowly scale my business over 10 years, and finally after 10 years, I have a big business, and it took me 10 years to grow it and scale it on my own. Where if I took on an investor, let's say for half, just as the example, and I went to $100 million with an investor, well, my half's now worth more than it would have been had I scaled it myself. So in order to answer that question, you always have to have all the details. But the formula that you want to use is, what's it going to cost you to do it yourself versus getting someone else to give you the money in advance, the investor. Also, what is the investor bringing you? You understand? Like, is it just money, or is it, other resources like connections and deals and assets and accounting facilities and tax advantages, et cetera? So you got to do the math, brother, and then you'll know your answer. Your answer should be whichever one is the smartest and best way. And until you give me those details, I can't tell you. But generally speaking, brother, I wouldn't want to sell equity. And when you get an investment, you got to give away equity. The only way I want to give away my equity is if I don't value it. So I want to value my equity so much that I don't want to get rid of it. So you better be giving me a lot of money in order for me to part with it because I value it. Make sense? And as long as you value it correctly, bro, you know, selling it, that literally creates your remaining piece to be 3 times bigger than it would have been by yourself. What's smarter, owning half of $1 billion or all of $1 million?
That's $1 billion.
Then go get an investor, big dog. And besides that, you speak Arabic, dude. You can go over to those frickin' Saudi families that got like money dripping out their yin yang. You can go to Dubai and get some sheik to drop $1 billion on your ass without even blinking.
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah. Let's go.
Let's go, my brother. Thank you.
Marhaba. All right. Let's go. That was a random one, coincidentally. You guys got any more? Or are we done? What's 6:30? It's already 6:30? Dang, dog. All right, let's do one more.
All right, random. You tell me when.
Let's go now. Let's see. Who'd I pick? All right, Triana time shares, sales.
What?
What's up?
My question is, how do I get people that sell credit for the $0 down payment to be okay with putting down $3,000 to $4,000?
See, I like people that know the rules. See how she did that? Bang. She just wants to know, hey, how do I da and no story attached. Say it again.
My question is, how do I get people that sell credit for a $0 down?
The sales, hold on. How do you get people that sales credit?
Well, people that I have sales credit for a $0 down for a $20,000 sale. So I need them to be okay with putting down $3,000 to $4,000. So I don't know how I can do that.
Well, again, the next rule I should be implementing is make sure your question makes sense. Listen, I want to try and decipher what it is you're saying. How do you get people to put money down on a no money down offer?
Yes, because if they have a credit score of over 650, they can get my deal for $0 down. But if they don't, they have to put down $4,000, and that's when they say, no, I don't want to do anything.
Oh, that makes sense. Now it makes sense. Okay, so what you're saying is, you know, there's a disclaimer. Okay, so how do you get the people that don't qualify for the zero down program to put money down and still buy the program?
Yes.
Ah, gotcha. Well, again, this might sound crazy, but the answer is you build so much goddamn value into your product or service, they have to have it. And then it doesn't matter how they get it. And then if they don't qualify, that's okay. How do I finance it? And you build value, because the reason why they don't have any a desire to put the money down is because they don't value your product or service the way you're presenting it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so they need, so what you need to do, believe it or not, is learn how to present the product so well that they value it so highly it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? What happened? What happened?
Yeah, it does. Thanks.
Yeah, so again, that is the answer in reality. It's like, dude, you do that. But when you get somebody that they don't qualify, there's another thing you can do, which is called take it away from them. You know, you go in there and you say, listen, the zero down program was for people with flawless credit. Your credit had some challenges, which means you probably aren't going to pay this anyway, so they're going to want to get $3,000 or $4,000 down to basically advance you the product or service. How does that make you feel?
Okay, that's good.
Well, how would, if you were the person, how would that make you feel if I said that to you?
like I'm a piece of shit.
Exactly. Because if you don't pay your fucking bills and you ain't got the credit, you should be begging me to finance you. That's the attitude you want to have. And then it's maybe they don't have that. Maybe they don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't have the money, and that's a bigger problem because they would put the money down, but they don't have it. Okay, they came in on the zero down because they want it, but they don't have it. That's a different story. Then what you need to do is come up with creative financing options. Do you guys have any of those?
Yeah, $500 down minimum.
Okay, you move them to that.
And then
How long
if
you
they
been?
say they don't get the 500.
How long you been doing sales? What'd you do, motherfucker? What'd he do? Quickly, tell me what he did.
It's like
Come on,
it's
come
like
on,
time
Nathan.
share.
No, I'm having technical difficulties in my studio, Triana. You're all right. Okay, so does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I got it all on recording, so I'm going to re-listen to that and make sure
Yeah,
I
listen.
got it down to a T.
Listen, just to summarize, what you want to do is you want to build the value in your product and your presentation so highly that they want the product regardless of how they get it. And then when they don't qualify for the zero down, you just simply tell them, well, you don't qualify for the zero down, but we can get you going for X amount of dollars, $4,000, let's say. Oh, I'm not going to put, forget it then. Is it the fact that you don't have the $4,000, or you just don't feel that it's worth the $4,000? Get clarity, because if they don't feel it's worth it, it's a different answer. If they're like, I don't have it, well, don't beat them up and make them feel like shit. You just say, what if I could give you guys some options to finance it? And then they'd be like, well, yeah, if you could do that, great. Now go that route. Make sense?
Yep.
You're the best. Thanks for calling in. Keep kicking that ass.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. What do we got? I'm going to do one more. Let me just scroll through. Random. Bang. Right there. Goliath. Damn, dog. Goliath.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, boss man?
Good.
We met before, actually. I drove you in Las Vegas during an event you did earlier this year.
I remember.
Black Escalade, if you remember.
Well, dude, I remember Goliath.
Yes, sir.
What's cracking, dude?
Pleasure talking to you. I have a quick question.
Go.
So, I have a black car transportation company. I
This is
kind of
a
let
story.
that go.
This is a story,
so
motherfucker. Goliath, this is a story, big dog. What's your
Sorry
question?
about. Okay, so I want to start a transportation company. I need about $200,000 to buy assets. How does the best way to get financing for it?
Okay, so the question, if you got to the point in the beginning and followed the dang rules, but you don't want to mess with him because his name's Goliath. What's that mean? He's got to be huge.
It wasn't the rules. I just tuned in randomly. I apologize.
Oh, well, the rules of the BRADVICE is you get right to the question. But the question you got to fairly quick was, how do I get financing for additional equipment? Right?
Pretty much, yes. I essentially need an equipment loan, yeah.
See what I'm talking about? Here's the answer. You go to realmoneylending.com and you fill out the app, and I might give you the money within 24 hours. Now,
oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, now if that doesn't work, hit me in the DM or call me or text me, and I'll give you some other sources that go a little bit deeper in the risk category. But I loan people money with like 540 credit scores. If you got a business,
I'm above that.
I know. So if you
just need money to buy a truck.
I know,
and some
bro.
trailers.
I know. So there's your answer, big dog. Old BL's got you. Real Money Lending. Realmoneylending.com. Fill out the app, my brother.
Realmoneylending.com.
Dude, I might have the money 24 hours to you.
That sounds good, boss man. I'm going to finish the tour that I'm on right now. I'm in Lake Tahoe, and I'll fill out the app, and we'll talk soon.
All right, buddy. See you. See, these sound almost set up.
Sir.
Thanks, buddy. These almost sound set up like to allow me to talk about what I can do for people. It's not. These aren't set up. These are not these are just random callers. I'm gonna do one more random and then let's go at 6:37. One more random. Hey, Brad, my name is Patrick. Go down. I didn't say that one. There you go. There you go. Right there. All right, last one. Let's go. Patrick, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Brad. So I've got a lawn care business, and I want to know, should I continue growing it? I'm 22 years old, or should I get into some sort of sales?
You should get rid of it and start selling dildos. No, but in reality, dude, listen, don't, your question, your first question is, should I build it? Well, dude, I don't know. Should you? You need to ask yourself that. That's not a question for me, bro. And if you listen to what I say and I don't know nothing, how can I tell you anything if I don't know much about you? So this is a question for you. Should you keep building it? Well, let me give you some help and guidance in making that decision, because only you can make it. Number one, is it profitable? Number one, is it profitable? Okay. If it's profitable, yeah, you should keep building it, keep growing it, and keep scaling it. It's profitable. Is it helping people? Okay. Are you winning? Then yes, you keep it and you grow it and you scale it. It doesn't prohibit you from doing other things. You used it either or. Don't think like that, dude. That's limited. It's not either or. You can continue to grow your business and you can go get into sales. But if you have a business, you are in sales. So you confuse me a little bit. I'm going to give you like a minute to digest that for a second and then reframe the question you really want to know.
Okay. How do I continue to scale my business and get to the point where I'm not physically in the field, but I'm, out selling jobs and stuff like that and scaling it that way?
Beautiful. Again, you create a training system. And again, you want to leverage ours to use as a tool, go ahead, but you need a training system that can literally teach somebody fairly easily and consistently how to do what you're doing in the field. And then you give them the money that you would get from the field, just don't give it all to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get rid of, that's how you come out of the field. You're not going to come out of the field and lose no money. Why? Well, because if you replace what you're doing with somebody else, you got to pay them to do it. You just don't pay them as much as you're making. And that's called a business. So now if I can get someone to do it for half, but I can get 3 people, well, then I'm making more than I would have doing it full-time myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So to start that process, you kind of have to go backwards, be willing to go backwards to go forwards, meaning, hey, I'm going to give up half my income to this person. I'm going to pay them half of what I get. I'm only making half now, but I'm going to keep doing it and train this person. So now you work harder, and now there's 2 of you, and you're getting 1.5 times what you were getting. So then you take another step and you hire someone else, do the same thing, and now you're getting this equal, right? And then you do it one more time. Now you're getting 1.5 times from them than you do 100% of yourself. You're out the field. Now you just manage them and cause them to grow and duplicate. Make sense?
Yeah, no, I completely get it.
And by the way, you're going to need a training system for that, like an organized, consistent, accountable, repetitive onboarding and training mechanism. Go to lightspeedvt.com and help a brother out. Use us instead of anybody else. I'll help you build a system for that. You rock, bro, but that's how you do it. Love the question. See, you cut him off complimenting again. I didn't do that. I said, what, like I was thinking about, what are we doing? This right here, dude, is hang up on them. They're telling a story. Hang up on them. I don't want to answer this. So let's do one more. Let's practice. Ready? Pick one. Hello, everybody. You're on. Scotty.
Hey, Brad. How are you?
I'm good. How are ya?
Brad, I'm well. So I just want to be very concise. So anyways, thank you again for your time. So I work in luxury sales.
See, damn it, dude. He was starting out so good, sounded like a cool dude, but he had to tell a story. Let's pick another one. No stories, folks, just the question. And then we're right now we're practicing on the dump. Ready? Go ahead, caller.
How you doing, Brad?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
All right. My question is, when should I or should I not disclose that I was a knucklehead when I was young and have a criminal record?
Great question. Great question. I like your adjective, knucklehead. Okay? What he's saying, folks, is should he or should he not divulge that he used to be a crook Well, I would say you don't really need to divulge it to get along in life, but you shouldn't also hide it, because that kind of makes you even, a little shady. Why are you hiding it? What are you embarrassed about? So my question would be, do you own what you did yet?
Yes.
What did you do, by the way?
Floated checks.
You fucking wrote some bad checks. You know how many people have done that and didn't get caught? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so guess what? It doesn't make you a fucking criminal. It makes you normal. Okay, the fact that it was against the law when you did it, and the fact how you did it, and you defrauded people out of their dough knowing full well you didn't have the money, that makes it unethical and against the law. So the question isn't, because I'm sure you went to jail and paid your dues, but brother, did you learn a lesson, and did you grow and develop, and are you still willing to defraud people? Yes or no?
Yeah, I learned my lesson. The last conviction was 22 years ago, but I'm just wondering how forthcoming I should be. That's the dilemma that I have personally, I guess.
Well, it's funny that you just said the last conviction. You didn't say the last violation. Why? Well, because due to conviction and a violation is two different things. When's the last time you floated a check? 22 years ago?
Oh, almost 24 years.
Good. So you're not a check floater anymore. When's the last time you broke laws without anybody catching you?
I have, and I decided I like to eat piss and watch what I wanted to on the TV when I wanted to, instead of somebody else telling me what time it was.
Exactly. You mean go to jail?
Right. I decided if I wanted to eat a pork chop at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can get up and fix me one,
That's right. You know he's from the South because he gets up and fixes. What was wrong with the pork chop that you had to fix it?
Right.
Hey, but anyway, all kidding aside. All kidding aside.
I just put myself in it.
Hey, hold on, because all kidding aside, I want to give you my advice on this. Dude, you're asking basically, hey, should I divulge this? Not always. Again, dude, it's not a proud moment in your life. There's no reason you need to come out with it. It's not like, I find out 3 years later that you floated bad checks and you didn't tell me. Well, again, depends on the context. If you needed to tell me and I asked you and you lied, no, you should not lie. You should own it, and you should understand that, guess what? People make mistakes and they deserve a second fucking chance. You've earned it, okay? You paid your dues, you made the mistake, so what? And own it like that. And then when you divulge it because somebody asks you, and you don't want to be a liar and prove that you're still a fucking shithead. So you disclose it, brother. You should not be embarrassed of it. You should use it. Like, your mess could be your message. Okay, but that's assuming that you're now, like, you learned and you developed and you grew. If somebody doesn't ask you, I wouldn't necessarily say it. Why would you come out? Hey, I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. I mean, that's like going out on a date, right? Are you single, married, what?
Divorced.
Okay, well, again, now you're single, so this would be the equivalent of going out on a date and saying, hey, before you decide to go out with me, I'm just telling you that my dick's tiny and it doesn't get hard very often. You still want to go out? No, dude, you're not going to get many dates that way. You don't say shit, okay, until you're naked and they realize it. And then you say, so what? Happens to a lot of us. And then you lick your eyebrow and don't worry about it, because she's probably going to leave anyway. But no, all kidding aside, bro. In other words, it's not something you have to be ashamed of, but I wouldn't necessarily volunteer it to everybody, dude. Some people judge you, and that is something to judge. So again, in cases where if you did not tell them and be forthright with them, my answer is yes, you tell them. But dude, don't worry about it. Quit acting like it's such a big problem. It's so old, bro. Go out there and live your life and don't bring that shit up ever again. Don't worry about the negative shit in your past. You can't change it. All you can do now is live in the present and enjoy the present, and you've already paid for that debt. Don't keep paying for it, my brother. Don't keep paying for the same debt.
That's exactly where I feel I'm kind of hung up at.
That's right.
Where I've kind of limited my growth because I'm still paying the debt.
Dude, you play Call of Duty. You sound like some dude on Call of Duty that I'm always playing with.
No, I don't.
All right, buddy.
Maybe I should.
Hey, man, keep kicking that ass, big dog.
I appreciate you. I'm going to send you a DM because I want to participate in some of your stuff.
All right. Well, that'd be a good idea. Sounds.
Yeah, I've been watching and listening to you for quite some time now, and I've always appreciate gaining the words of wisdom that you share. I've incorporated quite a bit over time. I appreciate you.
My pleasure, buddy. That's what it's all about, man. Let's get everybody else leveled up, and we'll all be in a more successful place. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. All right, folks. Listen, that wraps another episode of BRADVICE, Brad's Advice. 648. It's a long episode. Most people say it's a rerun when they watch it on TV because you guys are watching it live. We're live streaming. So it's not a rerun, fellas. This gets edited down to just pure calls, and that's what you see on YouTube is pure calls, unadulterated bullshit, pure raw BRADVICE. This is the taping, and we always welcome you to be here. And if you want to come live to our studio audience, DM us. Maybe we can work that out. Maybe I can come up with some sort of ticket prize. Till next time, keep this shot real. Peace.